YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to Bananas Epic Gaming. And today on Bananas Epic Gaming, we are filming the 40th episode of CageTalk. And I'm going to be talking about the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie that just came out today as of this filming. I'm going to be going over the plot, the characters that are in it, the fatalities, and special moves that are used, and all that good stuff. And I'm going to tell you about that cliffhanger and what I think that means. So please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And the only thing I can say I didn't like about this movie, it feels like it's too short. I sat down to watch this movie, and next thing I knew, the credits started to roll. So let's get into the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie review, and here we go. So surprise, this movie takes place, the opening 7-8 minutes takes place in 17th century Japan, when the Lin Kuei assassins, led by Bihan Sub-Zero, the first Sub-Zero, kill members of the Shiraiyu ninja clan and Hanzo Hasashi's wife and son. Hasashi himself kills the attackers before falling to Bihan and taken to the Netherrealm. Raiden arrives and takes Hasashi's surviving infant daughter to safety. And then title card, Mortal Kombat. We get a nice little fight scene, sneak peek fight scene between Bihan and Hasashi, and it only makes you want to see the final fight scene because Bihan is the main antagonist of the first movie. Even though you have Shang Tsung, you have Reptile, you have Rico, you have Cabal, you have Melina, and Kano, but all of them are in this. But you have Bihan being the first villain of the first movie, and that's okay. So title card, yada yada yada. In present day, Outworld has defeated Earthrealm in 9 out of 10 deathmatch tournaments called Mortal Kombat and intend to conquer Earthrealm. However, an ancient prophecy is uncovered stating that the blood of Hanzo Hasashi will reunite a generation of Earthrealm champions to prevent Outworld's victory. Aware of this soul-eating sorcerer, Shang Tsung employs warriors to kill Earthrealm's champions, identified by a mark of a dragon, before the next tournament begins. Insert Cole Young. Cole Young is not in the video game, so I want to make that very clear to everybody that's wondering who he is. Cole Young is made just for this movie. Cole is a former MMA champion, and we meet him during a fight. He meets Jax, who introduces himself, and he sees the tattoo, or the dragon mark, and Jax pays Sonya Blade and says that we found him. Later that evening, Cole Young is attacked by Bihan, now known as Sub-Zero. However, Special Force Jackson Jack Briggs rescues Cole Young, his wife Allison, and his daughter Emily, and directing them to safety to seek out his partner Sonya Blade, while he stays behind to fight off Sub-Zero. So we get Sub-Zero versus Jax. In this fight, they change Jax's lore. In the games, Ermac destroyed his hands. In the movie, Sub-Zero destroys his hands, leaving him handless. Cole tracks down Sonya after he drops off his family at a cabin. While he finds Sonya, he learns more about the tournament, and the existence of the dragon mark can be transferred to anyone who kills the person that has it. So if you don't have it and you kill somebody that has it, you can get it. The hideout is attacked by Shang Tsung's assassin Reptile. But Cole and Sonya and the reluctant Kano defeat him, with Kano ripping Reptile's heart out and saying, "You fucking beauty." Kano for me was easily one of the best parts of this movie. Kano tells him that he knows where Raiden's temple is. They figure out they have to go to Raiden's temple. They get in the plane and Kano takes him to Raiden's temple. Cole has visions of Hanzo Hasashi in the Netherrealm, and they parachute near Raiden's temple, and that's when they run into Liu Kang. Thus, we meet Kung Lao, because wherever Liu Kang is, Kung Lao is not that far behind, and they bring them to Raiden. Raiden is aware of the newcomers, and they are later joined by Jax, who Raiden rescued and fitted with a set of mechanical arms. They walk by some very key, important items. You see a fan. If you know who uses the fan in Mortal Kombat, you know who that's a little Easter egg to. Is she gonna come? Maybe she's gonna come in the next movie. And if you don't know, it's Katana. We see Shinnok's amulet, or Quan Chi's amulet, and we see Nightwolf on a poster. We see Kentaro, an image of Kentaro, and we also see an image of Kotal Khan. Those are the people that are hinted throughout the movie as well, along with Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is going to be the Thanos of this, they said. But after all this has happened, Shang Tsung attacks the temple alongside Sub-Zero and Melina. Melina is a clone of Katana, and by the body language that Melina was giving Liu Kang, maybe this actress will play Katana. Maybe not. I hope not. I hope it gives it to somebody else, because that's another person working. And now I liked this movie up to this point right here. I felt it had a good story pace, and I liked everybody they were bringing in. Yes, I was kind of upset they didn't bring in Katana. As you can see, there's a photo of Melina right there, and they didn't bring in Johnny Cage, two of my favorites, but maybe in the sequel. While Sonya's trying to encourage Jax to fight despite his condition, Kano and Cole are training with Liu Kang and Kung Lao to unlock their Arcana, which is a special power that is unique to all Dragon Mark bearers. That explains why some people can control lightning, some people have fire powers, some people have ice powers, etc., etc., etc. in the Mortal Kombat universe, in the movies universe. During an argument with Kung Lao, Kano awakens his Arcana, which is his laser eye. And while Cole is unable to wake his, despite his persistence, him being disappointed with his lack of progress, Raiden allows him to return home to his family, revealing that he is a long-lost descendant of Hanzo Hasashi, aka good old Scorpion. Now, we are almost at the end of this movie, and here's where stuff starts to get a little bit intense. Shang Tsung gathers Sub-Zero, Melina, Rico, Goro, Cabal, and the vampire queen Natara, which is pictured right here. Yeah, the person from Deadly Alliance is in this movie. Now, they head to assault the temple again, learning that Kano is among Raiden's champions. Cabal convinces Kano to deflect and remove the shield, allowing the outworld people to attack. The Youngs are attacked by Goro, but Cole awakens his Arcana and kills him before returning to the temple to help repeat the attack. Shang Tsung and Sub-Zero infiltrate when Raiden discloses Cole's bloodline before he teleports most of the Earthrealm fighters to the Void, a safe space between the realms. However, Raiden couldn't, save Kung Lao, as Kung Lao sacrificed his life after defeating the vampire queen Natara, and Shang Tsung eats his soul and boy, is Liu Kang gonna have a reason to beat your ass in the next movie. After mourning the loss of Kung Lao, Cole proposes a plan to force the outside champions into a single combat with the Earth champions, neutralizing Sub-Zero together, forcing the tournament. Shang Tsung tried to prevent. Agreeing with this, Raiden gives Cole Hanzo Hasashi's blade, which will transport him and his allies to their targets, and the blade will awaken Hanzo Hasashi. Jax faces Rico, and Rico dies without ease. Jax just walks right over. Liu Kang slays Cabal with the Fire of the Dragon, and Sonya gets her Arca by defeating Kano by shoving a garden gnome in his eye. And then Sonya uses her special powers to defeat one of the clones, Melina. Melina will be back. That's why I said one of Melina's clones. It's Melina. You can't kill Melina. While all this is happening, Bihan freezes Cole's family after he abducts him and lowers Cole into a single combat one-on-one match to slay the Shiraryu bloodline once and for all, not knowing that he has the blade of Hanzo Hasashi. He awakens Scorpion from the Netherrealm, and Scorpion comes back to get revenge for his family that Bihan killed many years ago. We come to see a 2-on-1 handicap match with Bihan going up against Cole Young and Hanzo Hasashi. This goes on for maybe 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 tops, and it ends with Sub-Zero, Bihan, taking off his Sub-Zero attire to reveal an all-black attire. If you know the Mortal Kombat mythology, you know who the first Sub-Zero turns into. He turns into Noob Saibot, and he gets toastified with the toasty, with the skull and fire breath death from Scorpion. Scorpion thanks Cole for freeing him before descending back into the Netherrealm. Cole saves his family and they embrace. And in comes Raiden and the gang. And Raiden got involved after he said he couldn't. And Shang Tsung walks up as Liu Kang is helping Cole's family get warm. Raiden and Jax and Sonya and Cole Young standing ready to see what Shang Tsung has for them. Cut to Shang Tsung saying that he's not going to bring it champions next time, he's going to bring an army. Raiden basically says, bring it on. Shang Tsung leaves and Cole says, what's next? And Raiden says, we have to find the next Earthrealm champions. And Cole says, where do we start? With this information, Cole Young is set out on a journey to find a man in Hollywood named Johnny Cage. And cut to black, Mortal Kombat logo, movie's over. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this movie, and with that Johnny Cage cliffhanger at the end, right now. Overall, this movie was pretty good in my opinion. You had some pretty good one-liners. Kano is the best part of this movie in my opinion. You had a decent sized little cast for the first part of this MK universe that you're trying to build. And the fact that it starts off with the two people that everybody knows when you think of Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Sub-Zero, aka Bihan, aka Noob Saibot, murdering the Shiraryu and Scorpion's son and wife is pretty good and pretty smart. And that sets the tone for the rest of the movie, letting Sub-Zero be the main villain and building Shang Tsung and hinting at Shao Kahn and etc. and etc. Shao Kahn is going to be the Thanos, like I've said before. You have some deaths which are questionable for me, Melina, she can always come back because she's a clone. Kano, I mean, it's Kano. He's Kano. Cabal is 50-50. Natara was only here just to be a piece on the body count, which is sad because Natara is well liked and she is from the 3D era, which is the Deadly Alliance all the way to Armageddon. Goro, Prince Goro, they killed him off like nothing. Even though Jax and him had no, it wasn't Jax, it was Cole. Jax killed Rico, who was just here to be a body count, and Kung Lao is gonna come back. Don't worry, he's gonna come back after Liu Kang frees his soul from Shang Tsung. Because I expect the second movie to pick up maybe a couple weeks after, and they're gonna resurrect Kung Lao, and he's gonna be like a revenant, and they're gonna save his soul, something like that. But other than that, oh, and they killed Reptile. Reptile was in this movie. Yeah, but other than that, this movie's pretty good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It just felt too short for me, man. And that sucks, because I was really looking forward to this movie. I would watch it again. I will watch it again. It's one of the best live action interpretations of a video game movie in my mind. But give it a watch, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe, tap the little bell on the YouTube app so you guys never miss an upload. And thank you for joining me for the 40th episode of CageTalk, and I'll see you guys real soon. Peace. Oh, and before you go, I forgot to mention what I think is going to happen in the sequel. Well, Johnny Cage and Katana and company are going to go to the tournament and face Shang Tsung and his warriors. So Johnny Cage is going to be a key player in the second one, and that's why they kept him and Katana out, because that way you have a reason to come back to watch the second one. That's my thoughts, and that's why I think they didn't put him in the first one. And if they did, they probably would have killed him. So consider us lucky that they didn't do that. And I want to thank you guys again. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.